Hello, everyone. My name is Leroy Smith, and I'm the founder and CEO at Realize Educational Solutions. Happy holidays here in December of 2022. At Realize Educational Solutions, we work to amplify and support the diverse learning needs of students within their families, communities, and schools. We do this by providing our parents and caregivers and educational professionals educational services and products to support their learners with diverse learning needs. This month's mini lesson is entitled Critical Thinking is Greater Than Competence. If you've been following our last two videos about compliance, about compassion is greater than compliance, and creativity is greater than conformity, what we are doing in this little mini kind of series within the mini lessons is talking about having mindset shifts as adults for our children. And so if you all are familiar with Realize Educational Solutions, our three values are compassion, creativity, and critical thinking. Now we're critical thinking. Here's why critical thinking is greater than competence. Competence is simply knowing something, knowing information. For example, knowing that Saturn is a planet or that whales live in the ocean. This information is important, and students do need to become competent within their different subject areas to be successful. However, in life, we know that critical thinking is what really helps our children succeed the best. Critical thinking takes competence to the next level. It takes stationary knowledge, is what I like to call competence. It just stays there and it activates it. Critical thinking puts that competence to action because critical thinking is action, where competence is just something that we know or some things that we know. So, for those of you who struggle with teaching critical thinking skills, as a teacher, as a homeschooling parent, or an educational leader, this video is perfect for you. So let me give you the 3 tips of how to make sure critical thinking is more of a value in your educational and learning experiences for students than competence. Tip number 1, questioning is key. This means for some of you out there who are really big into control and authority, this might burst your bubble a little bit, but students and human beings learn best when they ask questions. You see, asking questions allows us to deal with our assumptions. Asking questions helps us learn things at a deeper level in order for us to activate our critical thinking skills. So what does this mean for you? This means that you ask questions before, during, and after lessons. And you encourage students to ask questions before, during, and after lessons. Now, this may seem tedious, and it may seem like it adds time to your schedule. But as you learn, when students become more critical thinkers, it gives them the space to activate what they are learning. Tip number 2, provide varying perspectives. What does this mean? This means when teaching about specific topics that we don't just do the narrow way of competence as this is just that and that's it. We don't want to put things in silos. We want our students to see there are varying perspectives throughout our content. For example, when we're talking about the civil rights movement in the 1960s and 70s, that iteration of that movement, we could talk about the Black Panther Party. We could talk about the Young Lords and so many other groups. And this is a great opportunity for students to ask questions and to see that there are some similarities and differences throughout how people perceive what civil rights should be in the past, present, and future. That leads us to tip number 3, which is evaluate trends and patterns. When students get a chance to evaluate trends and patterns, not just in math, but in all subject areas, they're able to see what happens when you add this to the mix or take that out of the mix. and see what impacts it has not only on individuals, but communities. This is perfect for your students who are really politically activated, or you want to be politically activated, to see how their community service can benefit not only themselves, but others in their community. I'm going to recap our 3 tips today to ensure that critical thinking is greater than competence. Tip number 1, make sure questioning is key in your lessons. Tip number 2, provide varying perspectives. And tip number 3, evaluate trends and patterns. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, where you'll find our previous episodes for our mini lessons so that you can have free resources and videos to empower you as the adults to support your diverse learners. Feel free to share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. Visit us on our website at realizedsolutionsllc.com to learn more about our services and our products available to you. And as always, we hope you realize a solution that works for you today. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. 2023 is coming around the corner. And we will see you back starting with our next set of mini lessons, all about how you can be a better advocate for your children. Have a good one. Goodbye.